For many, the beach is a place of freedom, sun, sea and sand, but for some, it's a place of barriers.
Today, we explore the challenges faced in accessing our amazing coastlines and the strides that are being made to make our beaches more accessible. The beach is a place that is meant to be enjoyed by all, but many remain inaccessible to people of all abilities. We're going to go talk to the public and see what they think about accessibility on Bournemouth Beach.
My name is Jed.
My name is Felix.
Ray and
Robert.
My name's James.
I'm Betsy.
I'm Cornell.
I'm Tyke.
Julie. Alice.
Neil.
Do you feel like the beach is accessible for you?
For us, yeah, definitely. Pretty easy to get to, lots of parking nearby.
We're not 100% fit, but we can get on the beach okay and off the beach.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think how we got here. Got the bus and then walked down a hill. So yeah, it's pretty accessible for us.
Do you feel like the beach is accessible for everyone?
Yeah, I think other than the few, like obviously the laws regarding the dogs, other than that it's been perfectly fine.
Yeah, I've never met anyone that had trouble coming here.
Well, today it seems like everything.
So.
We've seen that it's blocked off a little bit there.
You've got the access there for the people with wheelchairs, I think, up there.
I guess there could be a problem in some places with wheelchairs and that type of thing.
What do you think could be done to make the beach more accessible?
Closer parking. I don't know. It's pretty hard to park along
Disabled
here,
parking would be good.
Disabled parking would be good. And then, yeah, maybe just some I can imagine trying to get to the sea, if you have any sort of disability, quite difficult. So maybe
Like a concrete path or something.
Yeah, some sort of path.
Maybe some boardwalks for on the sand. I don't know how high the sea comes up, but just for people to get off the road and walk along.
I think Bournemouth do try to do things, but when you've got a steep cliff and the beach is at the bottom of the cliff, obviously some people are going to be at more of an advantage and a disadvantage than others.
I don't know, I do think getting that ski lift thing back would be pretty useful, to be fair. People can just kind of get into it at equal playing field and then go down and then hopefully have a lot more of a disabled ramp instead of using the stairs. But apart from that, it's a bit hard because it's just the geography and it's quite steep around here, so it would be quite hard to make a lot of the places kind of disabled friendly, but we've got to find a way.
Well, I think look around different places in Europe and different places abroad and perhaps take some of the ideas that they use to bring people to the beach. I think we're a bit frightened of putting anything on the sand. Everything has to be off the sand in the UK, and I think if you go to France, you would find a lot more activities on the sand itself. That may be because of the sea, I don't know.
Across Europe, cutting-edge solutions are being implemented to make beaches accessible and enjoyable for everyone.
In Greece, the Sea Track system allows individuals to transition from sand to sea independently using a remote-controlled bathing chair. Installed on beaches in Greece, Italy, Cyprus, Croatia, Lithuania and Latvia, these systems have facilitated over 400,000 users, empowering users to enjoy the water on their terms. We are even starting to see efforts across the UK to implement these practices, allowing our coast to be a place for everyone to enjoy. Take Cornwall as an example. Coastal Crusaders offers adaptive surfing experiences, breaking down both physical and psychological barriers to the sea.
We interviewed Will Behenna, founder of Inclusive Paddleboarding, where we delve deeper into his story and his vision for the future.
So I grew up by the beach in Cornwall and spent most of my youth probably on the beach, playing and being in the water with friends and family. So the beach has always been a really key part of my life. After being injured for 35 years, it feels still very distant for me in the sense of being able to access it and be able to enjoy it and be able to get out on the water and go paddleboarding.
How does going out on the water make you feel?
So for me, being on the water is both kind of physical and psychological. Kind of paddling for me is really a great exercise for my upper body and just helps kind of rebalance because I spend a lot of time pushing my chair, which works on the front of my muscles, whereas paddleboarding and paddling really works on the back of my muscles. And so physically, it gives me a real buzz to be on the water. but it's the sort of the psychological impact. It's feeling free on the water and having that sense of independence, having that sense of being able to go to places that I've never been to before and to experience them in the same way that other paddlers do.
What do you think the biggest challenge you face when coming down to the beach?
It's simply, it's getting from either the car park or from the toilet or from the path across the sand down to the water. Being on the beach is really important, but for me it's about getting to the water as well and being able to access that, because there is something very unique about being out on the sea.
Will's initiative highlights the importance of proximity and how by having everything in close proximity allows everyone to make the journey from land to sea.
This is the first time that I've been able to access the water off of Bournemouth Beach, and I've only really done one other beach launch before, using a different set of wheels, and it was quite precarious, whereas with these wheels I felt really, really safe and really, really secure. And for me, being out on the sea there's just something really, really special. I was really keen to try and build something that was based around components that already exist. This has the potential to be a game changer for lots of people who want to get out into the blue space.
This map-style illustration prototype showcases a more inclusive Bournemouth beach, featuring multiple accessibility upgrades in one image. A Moby mat runs across the sand, a sea access ramp extends into the sea, blue badge parking spots offer easy access to the promenade, and accessible toilets are placed near the pier. Altogether, these features create a beach environment where everyone can enjoy the coast equally and independently.
The tides are turning. From Bournemouth to the shores of Europe, efforts are being made to ensure that everyone, regardless of ability, are able to enjoy our wonderful beaches. But the journey does not stop here. It is up to all of us to advocate for inclusive spaces and create a coastline where barriers are a thing of the past.
Because those with the most to gain are the ones with the hardest challenge.